What I'm about to explain to you is something 99% of men don't know. I'm going to explain to you one of the most important principles you need to understand to be successful with girls, and that is how a woman falls in love. We'll take emotional chemistry and understand where it comes from and how it breaks apart, so that by the end of this video, you'll have a clear idea of the process by which a girl falls in love. And of course, once you understand this process, you'll be able to use it. So welcome to one of the most important videos I've ever posted on YouTube since I started. The moment you start talking to a girl, her desire for you is at zero, and this desire keeps rising until it reaches its peak, the stage of love. For a girl to fall in love, she needs time. That means there's no specific move or something you possess that she'll just see and immediately fall for you. No, she needs time. She's like a barbecue brisket. Do you know barbecue brisket? To be ready, it needs no less than 10 hours of cooking time. That's exactly how a girl is. She needs a long period to cook and be ready. But you're like instant ramen. You're quick to boil. You see her, you like her, she laughs at your joke. Boom, you're obsessed. So what I want you to do now is this. When you talk to a girl, stay cool and take your time. Don't rush. If she wants to come, great. If she doesn't, also great. You hung out today? Good. Didn't see her until next week? Also good. Don't care too much. Give her time. When you talk to a girl, stay cool and take your time. Don't rush. If she wants to come, great. If she doesn't, also great. You hung out today? Good. Didn't see her until next week? Also good. Don't care too much. Give her time. Every time you're speaking to a girl or interacting with her, remember this rule. You are instant ramen and she is barbecue brisket. The second thing, and it's the reason that this desire rises and the foundation of this entire video, is investment. Since I started the How to Attract Women series, I've been talking about investment, but today I'm going to go deep into it and explain it to you thoroughly. You'll walk away from this video understanding how a girl thinks more than you understand yourself. So listen closely. Investment is one of the simplest ways to measure someone's desire. You'll walk away from this video understanding how a girl thinks more than you understand yourself. So listen closely. Investment is one of the simplest ways to measure someone's desire. The more someone invests time or effort into something, the more they want it, the more they need it, and the more they feel attached to it. If you buy a book, the chances of you reading it completely are higher than if your friend just gave it to you for free. A woman's current level of investment is what determines whether or not she's willing to do something with a new man she's just met. How much a woman values something is directly tied to how much she has invested in it. That means if a woman invests a lot in you, she will value you more, desire you more, and may even start chasing you. Most men don't realize this and don't take advantage of it. In fact, most men do the exact opposite. They think they have to make things as easy as possible for a girl to be with them. They open doors for her, buy her dinner, and do everything she asks. Then they end up completely frustrated, wondering why the girl decided to just stay friends with them while going back to her toxic ex-boyfriend she used to cry about for nights. How can she possibly prefer a guy like that over the one who did everything for her? Because we humans love the things we invest in more. So, investment in short is any time or effort a woman puts into you in any form. And the more she invests in you, the more her desire for you grows over time. Investment comes in many forms, and I'll explain each one to you in detail. Compliance is extremely powerful. Every yes a girl gives you pulls her deeper into emotional connection with you. And most women don't start investing automatically. Yes, some do. There are girls who will cook for you, plan things, text you first, and bring you gifts, and you barely have to guide them. These are auto investors, and when you find one, life becomes easy. But most girls are not like that. They are waiting for you to take the lead and create the structure for them to follow. Not because they are lazy or cold, but because that's what feels right to them. A woman feels more feminine and more attracted when you are the one setting the rhythm and she is the one responding. Now here's how to actually apply that. There are 3 levels to this type of investment, from easy to difficult. You start with the first level where she responds to you, then you move to the second level, and from there to the third. Compliance requests. Compliance requests are the simplest and easiest type of compliance to obtain. They are also the most comfortable for social beginners, as they are the least demanding and therefore the least intimidating for someone just starting out. A compliance request is simply asking a girl for something in a polite way. Examples: can you hand me a napkin? Shall we meet at 4 o'clock? May I have this dance? Compliance requests are best used in the following situations. When you are a beginner and don't know what type of compliance to use. When you are with a woman who is dominant or independent. When you are with a woman who is resisting your direct compliance commands. If you're new to getting women to invest in you and you're unsure of what kind of compliance to use, start with the compliance request. It's the easiest for a girl to say yes to because she feels like she's being asked, not ordered. So even if she doesn't yet see you as a leader, a man she would trust, follow, and listen to, she will usually still feel okay with complying. If you're with a very dominant and independent woman, it's often best to begin with compliance requests and gradually move to more demanding forms of compliance as her investment increases. And if you're with a woman who is resisting higher level compliance, try stepping back to compliance requests and rebuild the investment from there. When you use compliance requests, you are getting the girl to invest in you without her realizing it. She gets used to saying yes to you, and as a result, you've cooked her enough to move on to the second type of compliance: compliance demands. Compliance demands are when you give a direct order for compliance. Instead of asking nicely, you can take any compliance request and turn it into a compliance demand, such as, hand me the napkin, sweetheart. We're meeting at 4 o'clock. Let's dance. Compliance demands are direct instructions given to the woman to comply, and as long as she respects you and feels like she has a chance with you, she's likely to go along with them. Telling her to give you a ride home just minutes after meeting her is going to be premature. Small to medium investment demands are usually appropriate. If you've just met her, she might resist a compliance demand, unless you've presented yourself clearly as a high value man from the beginning. If she sees you as high value right from the start, you can skip the lower levels of compliance, like requests, and jump straight to higher ones. If you're using compliance requests with a girl, your goal should always be to escalate to compliance demands. Once you start giving compliance demands and she obeys, she'll begin to respect you more and see you as a leader and a potential romantic partner. And from here, we move to the final type of compliance: taken compliance. She'll begin to respect you more and see you as a leader and a potential romantic partner. And from here, we move to the final type of compliance: taken compliance. Taken compliance usually relies on actions and often on physically doing something with the girl. It must be reached through the lower levels of compliance, except for men who have exceptionally strong fundamentals. These men can sometimes begin an interaction with taken compliance, bypassing both requests and demands. To illustrate, here are some examples of taken compliance: taking a girl's hand and saying come and leading her somewhere, physically moving her slightly to stand next to you or pulling her closer to sit nearer to you, kissing her and being more physically intimate with her. Kissing and physical escalation are forms of taken compliance. Here are some examples of taken compliance: taking a girl's hand and saying come and leading her somewhere, physically moving her slightly to stand next to you or pulling her closer to sit nearer to you, kissing her and being more physically intimate with her. Kissing and physical escalation are forms of taken compliance. Some guys run into the issue where the girl seems to like them, but resist at the moment of kissing or getting close. This is because those men haven't gotten the woman to invest enough yet to feel comfortable doing those things with them. If a man has been constantly asking, would you like to go here? Or do you think we should do that? And then suddenly tries to get her into bed without any gradual escalation, it will feel awkward and uncomfortable to her. Because let's be honest, he's not going to ask, would you like to sleep with me? That's why it's critically important to always escalate the levels of compliance. Your goal should always be to reach the stage of taken compliance. Some guys run into the issue where the girl seems to like them, but resist at the moment of kissing or getting close. This is because those men haven't gotten the woman to invest enough yet to feel comfortable doing those things with them. If a man has been constantly asking, would you like to go here? Or do you think we should do that? And then suddenly tries to get her into bed without any gradual escalation, it will feel awkward and uncomfortable to her. Because let's be honest, he's not going to ask, would you like to sleep with me? That's why it's critically important to always escalate the levels of compliance. Your goal should always be to reach the stage of taken compliance. You can also think of taken compliance as assumed compliance. You simply move forward and of course she follows. Everything we've just covered is only the first type of investment. And by the way, I often see comments from guys asking me, how do I lead a woman? So let me tell you, I often see comments from guys asking me, how do I lead a woman? So let me tell you, what I just explained to you is one of the most important things you need to understand about leadership. Now let's talk about the second type of investment: mental rumination. Rumination is when a woman thinks about you. The more a woman thinks about you, the deeper she falls for you. So this is a powerful source of investment and one that works even when you're not around her. There are three main ways to trigger this kind of rumination. 1. Give her a task to do in her free time. When you give a woman a task to complete during her free time, she'll be thinking about you while planning and carrying out that task. Every time she remembers, oh right, I need to ask my coworker about the show tickets Needle told me to try to get, or I need to remember to buy the ingredients for my dinner with Needle tonight. She's thinking about you, and as she carries out the task, she's doing it for you. Assigning a woman a task is a great way to have her invest in you without even needing to be present. I personally like asking women to bring food with them when they come over. Sometimes something simple like dessert. Sometimes they pick up takeout on the way. I also ask them to research things we're going to do together, like going to a show or taking a short trip. 2. Give her something to try to figure out about you. Getting a woman to wonder about what you think or what you might do is one of the most powerful ways to trigger mental rumination. Some of the most common questions women try to figure out about the attractive guy they've recently met are: does he like me? How much does he like me? Does he have a girlfriend? Will he make a move when I see him or when we go to that place together? While a woman is trying to work out the answers to any of these questions, she keeps thinking about you more and more, often to the point where she's dying to know the truth. Of course, if you just give her the answer directly, you kill the mystery, and with it, the very reason she's interested. So, when you do choose to answer such questions, do it in a way that replaces the mystery with some other intriguing or fascinating piece of information about yourself. But this shows you the power of mystery and why it's so important not to reveal all your cards too soon. Women are attracted to mysterious men. A man who is too easy to figure out is boring. It's much better to be a puzzle to her. Women are attracted to mysterious men. A man who is too easy to figure out is boring. It's much better to be a puzzle to her. 3. Give her a reason to be angry at you or resent you. When you succeed in truly making a girl mad at you, she will spend a lot of time thinking about you, stewing with emotion, and running through mental scenarios involving you. That's a massive amount of mental investment. Then when you flip the situation around, you'll find she falls for you hard, much harder than if she had never gotten angry at you in the first place. But this one is dangerous, and I can't recommend it for beginners, so be aware of it, but it's best not to use it as something you actively try to do on purpose. And the third type of investment is temporal investment. Temporal investment is simply having women spend time with you. Generally speaking, the more time a woman spends with you, the more attached and invested she feels. This point is obvious. Most men know that if they want a girl, they need to get her to spend time with them. Temporal investment is considered a form of passive investment. In other words, an investment the woman makes in you without actively doing anything. Just by being around you, she's investing in you. However, because it's passive, it's also a less effective way to generate real investment. You cannot rely solely on temporal investment because a woman spends time with many people without falling in love with them. Where temporal investment becomes essential is in long-term relationships. The more time she spends with you over time, the more emotionally invested she becomes. In that sense, temporal investment is kind of like gravity. Its effects are barely noticeable at lower levels, but at higher levels, it can be incredibly powerful. So what I want you to understand now from all of this is that the way a woman falls in love is through investing in you over a long period of time.